Welcome back to your next workout. Reminder, the virtual class, we're taking that schedule survey, so make sure you vote for it, and we'll see you guys at 11:45 on Friday. So vote for the times that work for you guys, so we can build a schedule for next week. Okay. Also, as of this morning at 9 a.m., the rental program is live, so make sure, depending when you're watching this, make sure you get on that to request extra equipment that you might have wanted for your home setup. Okay, so get on there, guys, so we can start getting this equipment to your house. So I'm going to pass it over to Chris for the workout.
Okay, so for today's workout, we have an every 4th minute on the minute for 24 minutes, so that gives you 6 rounds. You're going to start off with 15 to 25 deadlifts. Then you're going to do 15 to 25 V-sits, and then you're going to do 15 to 25 burpees. So you have 4 minutes to complete that. Aim for about 3 minutes of work to 3.5 minutes at the most. Okay, so if for the deadlifts you don't have anything very challenging weight-wise, so if you're not going overly heavy, go for 25 deadlifts or closer to that. If you do have the luxury of having some things that are weighted, some things that are heavier, maybe a barbell, some weights, things like that, you're going to want to get closer to the 15. Either way you choose, you want to go pretty much unbroken on the deadlifts. Okay, so you're not speeding through them, you're just finding a nice consistent pace to do your reps. The V-sits are going to depend on how good you are at V-sits. So if you find V-sits really challenging, stick to the lower end. If you find V-sits pretty good, you can stick to the upper end. For the V-sits, you might have to break it up once or even twice, especially as you get more tired, taking really short breaks to get to your rep range for today. For the burpees, it's kind of like how much time you have left. So for example, if I had, let's say, a lightweight, I was doing 25 deadlifts and I was doing 25 V-sits, I would do as many burpees as I can to get me somewhere between 3 to 3.5 minutes. It's always good to start off with a plan, kind of pick your rep range, see how that first round goes, and then try to be consistent for the rest of the workout. We'll pass it on over to Eddie for the afterburner.
The afterburner, working on that Turkish bridge sit-up, so keep building off the Turkish sit-up, that build up to that Turkish bridge. Now we're introducing that full Turkish get-up. You're going to do 6 rounds of doing the complex, so 1 bridge sit-up, then 1 Turkish get-up on the one side, then you're going to do that on the other side. That's 1 round up to 6 rounds total. But we'll see more about that in that segment later on in this video. We'll see you next in the warm-up.
Okay guys, so to get started with the warm-up today, you're just going to pick 2 minutes of some type of metabolic conditioning. So you can run, you can do 2 minutes on a rower, a bike, you can walk on the spot, like the soldier beside me over here, you can do jumping jacks, double tap hops, any of those things will work for 2 minutes. So you're just trying to get huffing and puffing just a little bit, warm that body up a little bit. After that, you're going for 3 rounds, starting with 10 Sumo stance good morning. So Sumo stance means we're nice and wide with our feet. And a good morning is going to have, Yash has that PVC on his back. You can also hold an object on your back if you want, like a dumbbell or a kettlebell. Either way is fine. We're going to try to keep the legs relatively straight here. So very minimal bend in the knees. From there, we're just going to fold that hip forward, keeping that back nice and flat until you feel a really good stretch in those hamstrings, maintaining that back flatness. Don't go too low where you might start rounding your back. Lower or upper back might start rounding. If you go too low, definitely avoid that. And then you're going to come up and really squeeze your butt as tight as you can when you get to the top. Nice and slow and controlled on those guys. We're going for 10 of those. You don't want to rush through this movement, although we cherish this moment together in our good mornings. After that, we go for 5 plus 5 single-legged glute bridges. So for that, we're going to start off on the ground, on our backs. We're going to keep one foot planted, the other foot is going to go out in front. try to keep your thighs in line with each other. So sometimes people try to make this one easier by bringing their foot way up in the air. So we don't want to do that. If you have to, you can, but try to keep the thighs in line. From here, Yash is going to push that hip up as high as he can, squeeze his butt when he gets to the top, see if you can feel that hamstring activate, and then bring it back down. You're going to do 5 on one side and then 5 on the other side, working on that activation. Also notice when Yash gets to the top of that glute bridge, he's not arching his low back. He's keeping his rib cage down and really squeezing his butt nice and tight. After we're done that, we're going for 30 seconds of a Deadbug Hold. So for the Deadbug Hold, your legs are going to be straight in the air. Try to lock out those knees if you can. Even if that means your heels have to come a little bit forward if you don't have the mobility, that's okay. The low back is pushed into the floor here, head and neck relaxed, so you're doing a little bit of a chin tuck at the bottom. Once you're done 30 seconds of that hold, you're gonna go for 15 Deadbug Leg Raises. So starting off in that same position, now all we're gonna do is lower the legs up and down. Nice and slow and controlled. Don't go too low. If you go too low on this one, that rib cage is gonna open up and we're gonna lose tension. We're gonna lose that core tension. So the other thing we can do to make this a little bit more challenging, you can try, is starting off in your dead bug, but we're gonna raise those shoulder blades way off the ground. So now it's just your low back pressing into the floor. This will make it a little bit more challenging. You'll feel engagement in those lower abs a little bit more for 15 reps if you choose. We'll see you in a minute for the workout.
E4, long 24. So, starting off with deadlifts on the as the first movement. Got 2 big buckets here. You actually gonna deadlift it. Remember on the deadlift, when you're picking it up, lowering it, you're not rounding your back. Watch how far forward your knees go. If your knees make your weight shift to the ball of your foot, or take some weight off your heels, keep your knees back, but don't push your knees back and then drive your hip up. So it's a matter of finding that perfect position for yourself, depending on how tight your hamstring is, maybe lower back muscles, maybe, and also of course how long the legs are, how tall you are. So once you have that right setup, you're gonna drive through the heels, pick it up at the top, make sure you're lining yourself up so shoulders to heels are a straight line. Avoid looking down and look straight ahead. Then you're gonna flex at your hips, hinging at the hips, loading up your hamstrings until your object touches the floor, if possible, before you get into the next rep. You're gonna be doing 50 to 25 deadlifts here, as Chris mentioned. Pick the reps based on your weight that you have available to you, okay? Next is the V-sit. So V-sit, you're trying to challenge that hollow body position. So you start in that hollow body position. From there, arms can be overhead. You're gonna bring your body up as you then follow by bringing your legs up. If possible, you're reaching for your toes. If not, you can touch your hands to the floor or hands to your shins. You play around with it. Key here though, nice long legs so knees are locked out as you do them. Okay, that's what makes it a V-sit. If you start bending your knees too much, then you're really just doing a knee tuck, so a jackknife. Okay, so you're picking 50 to 25 V-sit. If you need to progress into sit-ups, go right ahead and do sit-ups or jackknives as well. Okay, so you're moving. Total time is about 3 minutes for the 3 movements. Okay, your last movement is going to be your burpee. The burpee, and depending on your flexibility and depending how much you've loaded up your hamstrings, you might have to play around with your stance. You're going to go down for your burpee, touch your chest to the floor. You're going to drive your hip up towards the air to sweep your feet underneath your body. Then finish off with a jump before you repeat the next one. We get Yash to do 2 here in a row. Just know, again, he whips his hip up. That's what slides his feet underneath him. As he lands, he's on his heels, okay? As Chris mentioned, the whiteboard, finish off with this movement. So say you're at 2 minutes for the first 2 movements, and you're starting your burpees at 2 minutes, then you're going for a minute up to a minute and a half, so you can stop yourself by 3:30. Have fun with this workout today, be consistent, get your sweat on.
Okay, welcome to the Afterburn, everybody. We are still building on into that Turkish get up series, so We're gonna start off with the Turkish bridge sit-up. So we're gonna come down on our backs to start. You're gonna start off with one arm up in the air, extended, locked out in that elbow, and that same knee is up in the air. From there, your hand, opposite hand will be out to the side, and your leg will also be out on about a 45-degree angle. One important note here, guys, throughout this entire movement, we want you to keep your eyes on your object at all times. As soon as your eyes straight, things get really wobbly. So we're gonna start off by rolling off the shoulder, onto the elbow, and then onto the planted palm. Once you get there, you're gonna push that hip all the way up in the air, making that 3-point bridge. From here, we're gonna come back down to the ground, all the way onto our backs, but we're gonna keep that object up in the air, and you're gonna keep your knee up in the air, because we're gonna do that exact same thing. Roll off the shoulder, onto the elbow and planted palm, hips up. From here, we're gonna swing your foot through and get into a lunge position. Eyes are still on that object, and we're just gonna get the hand off the ground and up into a lunge. From here, we're just gonna stand it up. Make sure the core is retention, the shoulder blades are tight, and your eyes are still on that object. You're gonna use the same leg to lunge back. You're gonna plant your palm, and then you're gonna make that 3-point bridge, bringing the foot through, down onto your butt, finally your elbow, rolling onto the back. We're gonna do, so that counts as 1 rep on the right side. We're gonna do 1 rep next on the left side, and you're gonna do that for 6 rounds. Focus on control here, guys. Start with something light, make sure it's controlled step by step, then up your weight if you would like.